Hello my friends and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to do a November energy check-in. I don't usually do this as in dates and things like this, but I don't know, we'll just see what comes up. During meditation I got a particular song. It's called Be Alright, and it's by a group or person called Story. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled in a different way. I'll put that in the description or comments below. But it's a sample from Usher's You Don't Have to Call, but the phrase or the lyrics that keep playing is situations will arise in our lives, but you've got to be smart about it. That came later. The first things that came out was a conclusion to episodes. Yeah, conclusion to episodes. And then I heard cataract. And I don't know, I haven't explored other meanings of the word cataract, but when I think of cataracts, I think of the eyes, so seeing. And a completion, and then after that I got a completion to episodes when I queried into it a little bit more. Delusion, so completion or conclusion to the delusion. After that I got fleeing tribal mentality, hypocrisy. There's something to do with journalism. So for whoever's watching, perhaps stepping away from an industry of journalism, I don't know, I'm just presenting what's come through. And then I got the word conflating, but I wrote it twice, and the first time I wrote it small, and then the second time bigger and clearer. So maybe even some of this conflation is going to become more evident. I won't get into the others right at this point. I just want to see what's coming through the cards. But yeah, there's also this idea of or feeling of stepping, like I said, stepping away from certain types of situations. And there's how does this want to be described? I got like this celebration vibe, as in something's come to an end or coming to an end. And even though there's, how does this want to be explained? Even though there's this, and I did get the words shameful behavior, even though there's this type of behavior or circumstance or situation, it's almost an energy of being out of it or coming out of it, and there's a reason to celebrate. So we'll see what comes through the cards, but I do also want to take a couple of deep breaths just to ground us into the here and now together. So however you like, that is okay. You can do some box breathing, as I mentioned in, I think, the last read. So breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 4, holding for 4, and then repeating. Or just candle breathing, as I'm doing, as if you're blowing out a candle. So breathing deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth, as if you're blowing out a candle. So whatever that means to you, you can incorporate that into your day as a way to regulate yourself, ground you, even just coming back to present moment. I'm just noticing that my shoulders are sitting quite high up, so I'm just going to sit in the back body. And I just heard into calm. Okay, let us see what is going on in November of 2025, y'all. Of course, if it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. Obviously, we can't speak for every single situation that's going on, or every person's energetic frequency. We're all going to experience this experience differently. And I've just seen full moon and air. So this may be related. You may be in Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The full moon, I believe, is in Taurus, which is an earth sign. But this could also be for Aries. I did, when I was writing down full moon, Aries came through. Or perhaps reflecting on what happened the last full moon in Aries. That might be to do with the situation around that time. I'm not actually sure when that was. Don't really keep track of these things, but okay, so we have courage in current energy. Yeah, I mean, that's quite conclusive, I'm hearing, right? The fact that there's a conclusion to things because of even if not an action you've taken, Aries energy, just showing up in a certain way. Courage does remind me of the Leo card, or Leo energy, stepping up into this is very strange, very, very strange energy. I'm not gonna lie. Let me sit with this for a minute. It's so bizarre. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, there's some kind of I'm hearing the word discourse, and that could well be true, but I'm feeling this dissonance almost, or this, yeah, this energy of dissonance. So speaking to, well, it's speaking to current energy. I feel that I'm going to honor every single freaking pause. Personally, there's deep intention to slow down and holding more space for what wants to come through organically, through grace, not, yeah. I'm hearing the words alter ego, which is funny because there's a backstory for my personal life about alter ego, but I was part of a dance group called Alter Ego in, well, let's pull up the year because maybe this is relevant somehow. 2000 and I want to say 2003. So 2003. Yeah, 2003. And for some reason, I'm also seeing the 20th of March. And then just after that, I just got this wave of energy flowing through. So, dissonance. I'm going to make some notes because like the mind is trying to logic it and piece it together in the real time now, and this might not actually make sense or click until later. So I'm just going to write dissonance. What was the other word? Interesting energy. So yeah, I feel like this is about the situations that will arise, and there is an energy of dissonance in this environment, as in you're not subscribing to these mindsets or beliefs or the way people are thinking, and it's requiring courage to actually step away from it. Let's get some more. Let's do some tarot. Let's get some. Okay, I'm just getting a feel to pull one of these ones as well before we move on. What is the overall energy? I'm hearing the words rapscallion. What the hell does that mean? I feel like that is a word, but maybe I'm saying it wrong. Rapscallion. I don't know what that means. I feel like it's it could be like a misfit of sorts. I don't know. What is the overall energy of this? I'm waiting for one to fall out. I'm not taking the other frequencies. It's just all I am. Yeah. I'm going to take the one that falls out. Thank you. Okay. I'm just going to take that one because it flipped right over. The flame. The flame. I'm hearing the words like inner charge. This inner charge, this inner flame. Let's have a read of what it says in the book. The flame, the fire, the spark, the glimmer. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible. So this is speaking about prana, life force. The abdomen, and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire. To cup your hands gently around those things that you've forgotten and protect the flame no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. Oh, whoa. Why am I... So I'm holding the courage card as I'm saying this. Interesting, because I was just going to bring that up. Sorry. No matter how harshly the winds around you blow, it could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. I did see the shaman as the mystic as I was shuffling, but I didn't want to take it. So health, mentality, good digestion, when in light, when in dark, excess heat and anger, complete darkness. It did come out in the reverse. Let's see. The archetypal fire is at the beginning of all transformation, purification, and manifestation. Nearly every spiritual lineage honors the flame. And did I not say candle blowing? I said candle breathing. I said candle breathing at the start. To enliven the connection with this archetypal energy, practice the candle gazing technique called Tritakta. What the raggedy frack? Tritaka. Got there eventually. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to a room and creates a sense of reverence. Yeah, I am getting serious Leo vibes. And I actually said this in the last check-in. The Leo and Aries signs have been showing up like a motherfucker. And they're both fire signs. We did speak to the air sign before, so that's igniting a spark. What did that come with? Full moon. So ignition of a spark, igniting the flame, even burning down bridges of sorts. I did see the bridge card as well. So this is current energy. This is almost, well, I feel like the realization has been had. It's just, okay. Almost this what next attitude. I was going to do the flame. And an ignition of sorts, right? It may be igniting ideas, igniting new pathways. I do have the new life card here. Igniting even luck. But we will talk about that in a minute. So something's been ignited in you. Something's been realized. And this can speak to just realizing, this situation just does not resonate with me anymore. I'm just not about this life or not about this mindset. Stepping away from that. There was one other word I wanted to look up, but anyway. Because sometimes strange words come and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? But I also got the phrase out of reach. So it's like speaking to, an energy of sorts of wanting to reach out to you, but there's a sense that you're not reachable, or you've already moved past whatever this mindset is. Standing in your wisdom, King of Swords. Or just having like divine, interesting, having knowledge, having the wisdom, being clear of thought, just realizing, yeah, this is not for me. Something to that effect anyway. Let's see what else came through. Yeah, that came through multiple times. And celebration. Yeah, it's like it's I'm hearing that phrase, fuck around and find out. That's exactly what's been realized. People are fucking around and finding out. I got the word dilly-dallying. But that came with the tell me phrase. I don't know if I said this. So the words tell me came out with superb secrecy, and then dilly-dallying, awareness, shameful behavior and circumstances, and then the song situations came out again. So we've got Two of Swords in current energy. And I'm hearing the word henpecking, which is interesting because it's a phrase we use in schools where kids will ask you, so for example, one kid asked, and you could speak to this if you're a parent as well, this does happen, but mostly in schooling situations, primary school specifically. One kid will ask you something or tell you that something's wrong with their foot or show you their ouchie or whatever, and then other kids sit and then they'll do the same. So yeah, and so it's this hen pecking, this like this one wants your attention and this one wants your attention and that one wants your attention. And I'm getting this vibe with these crows in the card is like picking at you, pulling at you from all angles, but you're out of reach. It's like I'm just looking at her face, and even though the blindfold is on, there is somewhat of a calmness to her energy. And I don't know why I'm thinking of Libra. Perhaps this card is in reference to Libra energy. She's got this tattoo that looks kind of like scales. Let me just check. So I don't know what all the Two of Swords. Yeah, Libra. Air energy. We said that in the beginning, and that came out with the full moon. So there's, and Libra is also the Justice card. Libra, I'm just writing these down. Air came with, now this is an interesting thing because every time I try to think of the second card, which is the full moon, I can't think of it. Like I have to actually wait for it to come through. So yeah, this is almost a mysterious kind of frequency. Maybe illusion, illusion, delusion, but illusion. Anyway, there's this pulling of strings. Yeah, curious. So yeah, pulling of energy, trying to reach out or maybe even sway you, because in the card it's smack bang in the middle of these crossroads, right? Two of Swords can speak to making some kind of decision. But there's almost this feeling that you're already aware, or you already know which way to go, because as I've laid the cards down, she's looking right at the flame. I'm going to speak to the energy of the full moon in Taurus. It does bring in the sacred feminine. So whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It just speaks to the frequency, the energetic quality. So it's like it's a softer energy, more intuitive energy. So, you know, you could be just tuning into, you know what, I'm not going to follow this, I'm going to go with my gut on this one. You guys, whoever it is that you are, whoever it is, or whatever it is that's pulling at you, go with your gut. Or you're already doing it. You're already aware of what this is. Awareness, it came through. Awareness, you're aware of this dilly-dallying energy, of this confusing bullshit. Trust your gut. In the knot we have lucky, which is interesting. Tell us some more about this challenge. How is lucky a challenge? Okay, I've already done that. How is lucky challenging? Three of Cups in the reverse. Three of Cups in reverse energy can speak to gossiping. Can speak to disarray, disharmony within a community, within a friendship group, within family even. And yeah, but why lucky though? And or that tribal mentality. Maybe it's your quote unquote tribe that that you're dealing with, whatever that looks like, or a group of people that just have a certain position and perspective that is not resonating with you, either never did or does not at this moment in time. Maybe miscommunication as well. Why lucky? I might get another card on that. I guess from a perspective of wearing the rose-tinted glasses is what I'm hearing, is sometimes we feel like our luck has turned upside down, because this is how I should be reading it when it's in the challenge or the not position. Sometimes we may feel like this type of situation where people are gossiping and saying things, or have this like tribal mentality, or this echo chamber of sorts. It can feel unlucky, or what's a better way of saying that? Yeah, you may look at it or perceive it in a way that's negative, but if this is being outed, if this is being shown to you, that's a blessing, right? Like if you're stepping away from, there's something that's wanting to come through and it's just at the tip. Like commune, it's not fully community. Might be people from your past, or people that you have history with. Tell me more about the lucky. What is going on with the cards? It's like there's a lot of chatter, but it's like no. King of Swords energy. There needs to be clarity. There's a process here. There's a process. There's a, like, I'll know it when I see it type of vibe. Just see how that was said. Grounded in power. So we've got grounded and power. Excuse me, this could speak to a situation where there's an abuse of power, or an abuse of something that is bringing about this feeling of ungroundedness of sorts, because it did come out in the reverse. Something that's unbalanced. Could be miscommunication. But yeah, so even though the lucky is in the knot, there's a need to realize that this is actually yeah, there's just this need to speak with clarity, so I'm giving it more space. This opportunity is, or interesting that was said, because that's not what wanted to come out, but it is. Every situation that feels quote unquote negative, or yeah, that's the only, or toxic even, is an opportunity for us to, one, firstly, ground ourselves in truth and step into our power. So no, it's not unlucky that the situation has arisen. It's an opportunity to step into your own knowing, step into your courage. So this is just a reminder that not, leaving people behind or leaving mindsets behind is not always a bad thing. It might not seem like it at the time, but there's always an opportunity for growth when people and situations leave your life. Especially if those people are, even colluding behind your back, making a power play, if this is a work situation. I'm hearing again the words November. So this is November. Do we want to bring out some charms? I will also get some signs and symbols. So give us one for the current energy. Okay, so we've got elephant. Little elephant. And a rose. I'm hearing the words, the ever unfolding rose. So there's a opening of sorts, an awakening, if you will. What is the spiritual representation of an elephant? Let's see. I really would like to get my hands on a book that has all of the symbols, all of the animals. Do you know what I mean? Let's see if it's in this book. This actually is a deck. I just like to use the book as reference. Elephant Compassion, 126. And in this, what is this? The Animal Kin Oracle by Sarah Wilder. The elephant is compassion, but also air energy. Approach all with love, empathy, and understanding. The elephant is a great symbol of presence. That although they are large and intimidating physically, they elude peace and compassion. I was literally talking to someone about this morning. So I go through the car drive-through to wash my car, and we always get chatty, the greeters, and he's like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, same old, same old. He's like, "Oh, that's boring." And I go, "No, mate, that's peace. Like, I would rather have peace in my life than deal with drama." So it's interesting people's mindsets around not doing anything. Maybe someone needs to hear that I would rather choose quote unquote boredom, which is not really boredom, it's just space, than having drama in my life. And I said to him, peace is my goal, bro. Peace is the fucking goal. They elude peace and compassion among the animal community. When threatened, they can stand their ground. They can stand their ground, and courage as well, that courage card. and are powerful forces to be reckoned with. I mean, how are these cards coming out? Powerful forces, grounded, powerful forces to be reckoned with. However, it is their connection to the earth, their innate intelligence, and their social and family groups that make them great teachers of the importance of compassion and consideration for all. What I want to say about that part is when you think of family and friends, co-workers, whatever, there's that quote by Jim Rohn: you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. And I feel some people are choosing environments and spaces where there is more peace, where there's more authenticity, even feeling safe. Like, and also about the great teachers, there's always a question I tend to ask myself, well, not always, but sometimes when in a situation, I'm like, what am I teaching my kids by participating in this, or by choosing this, or by doing that? What are my kids learning from me? How am I modeling constructive behavior and action? Okay, could go deeper in that, but I will just leave it there. Let's pull one for the knot. A leaf. And I've just heard 4-leaf clover. This came out in the, what's it, the Aries, or the last collective reading as well. Let's get one for the end, just because I've got the charms, but I will go through that as well. Okay, interesting. I'll leave that there. Shall pull one more. So I guess the insight that is available to you right now is to keep on carrying on. We've got the focus card. We've got the focus card, and I'm currently watching Discovery of Witches on, I think it's Stan, yeah, Stan, and the, what do you call the protagonist or antagonist? The protagonist is Diana. Her name is Diana, and they refer a lot to the goddess Diana, which is the goddess of focus, or that's what she's known for. She was a warrior. So this is what is available to you, or something that you're already aware of, is to stay the course, stay focused and clear. King of Swords energy. We've also got new life. This is, it's a new way of seeing, a new way of being. I will actually, now that I'm saying new way of being, new way of seeing, I've got the glasses, and I've got the key. Oh, whoa. So opening up doors, opening up new opportunities. I also have this little mermaid, but she's got, oh, interesting. When I saw it, I saw the back of it, and I was like, oh, she's facing backwards. But this little charm, unlike some of the others, actually has a front part as well. So I didn't see the front at first, it was the back. And what I'm pulling from that is just this forward movement, as in turning the back on whatever else is going on. They want to gossip? You do you, boo. I'm swimming forward. I'm moving forward. There is a heavy frequency of focus that is required in holding space for yourself. Let's get a tarot card on the focus. I've actually not noticed this before. I'm not sure why I'm only noticing it now, but the arrow is going the other way. So this is the bow, right? There's the string. But notice how the arrow is not pointed forward, it's actually pointed backwards. And then to get it with this mermaid with the back, oh my god, these nails, with the back towards us, yeah, it's almost like a validation of keep on swimming, just keep swimming. And then, oh, okay, listen, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, two queens. Even they're like back to back. And we had the King of Swords as well. It was something that was going to be said when I saw these cards. Oh, I spoke to the sacred feminine energy of the full moon in Taurus. These are sacred feminine energy. In fact, I want to say that that is too, but I will read that. The Ankh, I feel, is protection. It's looky. Yeah. Oh, it's representing eternal life. The arrival of new beginnings, or the budding start of something beautiful and new, long lasting. Drawing this card can indicate a need or desire to start over with a sense of childlike wonder. What you are beginning will have a strong impact and far reach. Drawing this card can indicate a positive relationship or experience. There's something going on with the energy now. It's like the stop-start kind of vibe, like the way I'm reading this. Is as if there's this resistance, you know? So keep going. And we've got a warrior queen here, and we've got a nurturing babe here. I mean, you are in, like, you know that saying, you're in your bag? This is it. Even though it might not necessarily allude to, you know, financial. I feel like I wrote that word somewhere, financial. Okay. There might be something about finances here. And it's interesting how I wanted to show you the cards, but I was doing it this way. Because the word finances came out with the out of reach. So it's like you're turning your, the mermaid, the focus. It's like you're turning your back on whatever is going on here. It also got essence and essential. And the out of reach was, yeah, an energetic frequency. I did get 111 after that. So tomorrow is the 1st of November, 111. You might be seeing that as well. But this is Queen of Swords, is your warrior. You've got this. You're standing in your power. Whether you are male, female, or otherwise, right? Standing in your power. It's interesting because the Queen of Swords is a very logical, you know, an energy of boss bitch energy. I said that in the last check-in. Not a lot of emotion, just focus, determination. And the Queen of Pentacles is this grounded energy, and feeling reassured. The sense of trust. I'm hearing the words equilibrium. As above, so below. As above, so below. Air, earth. There was a as above, so below energy check-in, so you might want to have a look at that. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say about this? It feels pretty cut and paste, like clear, just to stay focused. And, you know, do celebrate the wins. Don't forget to celebrate the wins, however small. I mean, if peace is your goal, or not even, maybe happiness is your goal. At the core of it, it's all peace of mind. It's all presence, being here now. I wanted to get some signs cards as well. Oh, that's too many. So, bottom of the deck, we've got smiley face joy. You're gonna laugh when I show you these cards. So we've got personal power. Yep. We've got bullseye focus. We've got angel numbers confirmation. I literally just said 111. Yep, 111. And at the bottom of the card, it says 1111. And fun. Have some fun. You know, whatever that looks like for you. We just read about the childlike wonder. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. And flame could be fun too. Just following your I guess following your flame, but following that intuition, that gut feeling. Let's pull one more and leave it there. What do we want? I really want to get some new decks. Let's do, actually, no, we'll do this one. Okay. Yeah, so definitely be aware of energy vampires, I'll call them. Particularly could be from a male energy. Doesn't mean gender is male. It's just a male energy, or masculine, I should say, rather. And I feel like that's speaking to this. There may be Aries involved. I will read that. Actually, let's read that before we move on. I feel like that's to do with masculine energy. Oh, okay. The crown of Isis, and sometimes the crown of Hathor, is made up of the sun disk cradled in cow horns. The sun and the cow were both worshipped in ancient Egypt as symbols of the different but equal powers of the feminine and masculine. Interesting. Oh. But, okay, interesting, because we were speaking about the sacred feminine, but then being mindful of the pulls of the masculine energy as well. So, you know how we can respond in our masculine energy as very abrupt. I'm not getting that vibe. There's a lot of feminine energy here. Although we did get the King of Swords. The Seven Stars, so much feminine energy. The Seven Star Sisters, birthing creation, excuse me, birthing creation's tapestry of life expression. I'm going to pull one more and then I might read that one. We are the Hathors. I just spoke about Hathor. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. There's something that you need to stay focused on right now. There's something that's going to be birthed through you. We've got the flame, we've got the Hathor's card, we've got new life. There's something that's been birthed. It doesn't necessarily have to be this. Okay, I'm going to speak to it because it did come up in the meditation. I haven't actually brought out a lot of what was said or written down in the meditation, but I heard the words vernacular compression, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And apparently it's an art piece done by Risa Menkner, and essentially it's got to do with glitches. I don't know, that might be significant for someone, but yeah, it's interesting that that's come through again. What else did I write that I hadn't spoken about? Yeah, so it might be something creative that you're birthing, or it could just be a completely different mindset. We want to look at the Seven Star Sisters. There are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness. That's what I said. That's long to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in. I find the fact that that word usher is hilarious. In a new era of consciousness, and do your bit in weaving the web of life. You know, I mentioned that series, Discovery of Witches. She is what they would call a weaver, who creates, like a spellcaster, someone that creates magic out of nothing, or weaving. And so the fact that they're weaving the web of life. So this is definitely something to do with creation here, but you have to keep going, stay on this trajectory. This card is, this is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Peace, right? Peace of mind when we're in that state. Earth is renowned. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the line, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a business or a book, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless, the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more now than ever before. Truth. So there you have it, my friends. That is the energy check-in for November. Stay focused, regardless of what is going on around you, particularly in your close-knit circles, particularly if you're stepping away from certain people. groups, society, mindset, so forth, with a fleeing tribal mentality, right? Yeah, this, you have something to celebrate. You're good. You will be. You're fully taken care of, fully protected. Just stay the freaking course. Peace is your friend, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments if this resonated in any way, shape, or form. Other than that, I will catch you in the next energy check-in. Take care. And it is the 31st of October today, so happy Halloween, or Samhain, I should say. Samhain, is that how I'm pronouncing it? Samhain? I know I'm mispronouncing it. Yeah, anyway. I'm not a fan of Halloween per se, but I do honor the origins of Halloween. It's just been completely blown up as every other holiday. But yeah, that's just my vent that I'll leave you with. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.